Thank you for bearing with me. I am wondering though if I should see if there's a mod that makes the music more persistent, because I had that issue in Subnautica, but I'm now wondering if this game, because the music when it does play is really good. I love the music. But they're kind of, it feels like they're doing similar to Subnautica, where it's like, well, we don't want to play it all the time because we want it to be kind of spooky. And I understand that, I acknowledge it, and I disregard it. I want the music. My brain needs music happening. And I don't want to play my own music because then it clashes with the game's music. It's just really annoying. A stone edifice, scintillant with sigils, is encased in a contrivance of steel and brass. This is a Singh Jenkins relay, allowing transport via a loophole in some cosmic mandate across the sunless wastes to a far-flung district of heaven. This one leads to Albion, the heart of the new British Empire, and the seat of Her Renewed Majesty, Queen Victoria. Ooh. Bribe the superintendent to give you travel permit. Must be circumspect. It is possible the poor fellow is afflicted with morals. Let's see. It's going to cost 500 to get the travel permit. Silly Cosmos leaving a hole in their mandate. Yeah, it's just leave a loophole, or in this case, a wormhole, I suppose. 500 is basically all of our money. I think we got plenty of stuff in this realm to deal with before we go to Albion. So we're gonna remain in the Reach for now. But now we have this on our map, and like the first part of anything is discovery. Yeah, hopefully they don't like release any patch notes closing those loopholes. Rumble of far-off refineries, distant searchlights break the sky. I love the journal logs, like in media res, that this game does. Really helps with like the narrative and immersion of being the captain going through this world. All right, into the unknown. Away! First part of anything. Video games, lawsuits, you name it. Well, it depends on where. If I remember correctly, Japanese legal system is very different than the American or European in how it handles prosecution. Namely, I believe it's mostly the defendant has to more prove that they didn't do it. And the prosecution isn't obligated to turn over anything or give them any information. So that's cool. And explains the Phoenix Wright Games plots a little better. There's that piano, baby. It's dark and peaceful here. Stars are few. I also want to love how they make the world so 3D despite being 2D with all these backgrounds and occluded spaces. The Garden of Insatiable Roses. The checkerboard garden. Ooh, insatiable roses? Hey yo. We got some aloe runes. Carillion. Ooh, and we got a level up, baby. All right, before we do anything here, we have our history. All right, so Liberation of Night and Interlude in Red and Gold and are from the last time. The comforts of every well-to-do household rely upon the scurrying, grinding work of its servants. You know this firsthand. Oh yeah, this is perfect for our revolutionary backstory. You kept their secrets. Every family had them, some grander or darker than others. Your silence had value. You took them for all they were worth. You skimmed from the silverware and palmed the odd half-sovereign. Once, you helped yourself to a pair of gloves and a silk scarf. They had so much, they never noticed. Oh, fuck yeah, that's absolutely me. I love me a scarf. Like, I cannot wear, like, jewelry or any accessories like that. Like, I'm glad that my vision hasn't got, my vision problems haven't gotten bad enough. I have to wear glasses. Still a noticeable difference when I do wear them, but it's astigmatism, so it's like, things get kind of blurry. But like, wearing glasses, like, it starts to drive me mad after a while. I don't really wear necklaces or rings. Scarves, though, I will fucking wear the shit out of a scarf. I don't know what it is, but I really like scarves and ties. Although I kind of wish, like, I like ties, but I want to do like the very terribly pretentious, ridiculous knots. I don't have the skills to do those offhand though. But also, like, for casual wear, I would prefer, like, if I had, like, a clip-on tie, because... Actually, it's not usually the tie... Like, the neck being restrictive in, like, formal wear is more what gets me. Not so much the tie itself. And often, that's really more the collar's issue than the tie's issue, in my opinion. Because you can make the ties looser, but, like, that top button on the collar of a shirt is very immobile and non-adjustable. I don't know. Maybe I just need to, like, invest in, like, tailored shirts if I'm going to do that. But I do not have I can't do a wardrobe like that. Yeah, we're gonna rob from the rich. Worth it. All right, the Carillion Center. This peaceful Carmine institution was founded by devils from London and dedicated to the betterment of the soul. Brotheridge's A Tour of Heaven describes it as a cross between a spa, a sanatorium, and purgatory. She commends the bracing airs. All right, we can enter the foyer, or we can travel around. Let's check out the foyer. Dark gray stone, the color of a monastery, attending devils and devilesses, dressed in uniform, and an incoming parade of the sick, the friendless, the dying, and those who think their lives would be better if only they were something else. This is Carillion, where souls are refined into something more impressive. All right, we can speak to the Devil S, write a port report. Visit the isolated office of an abstemious devil. Let's go ahead and get a port report first before I forget. Take notes on a pilgrim's journey through Carillion. The first port of call is the beehive-shaped office in the center, or more accurately, the long queue leading to it. From there, the infernal attendants direct them to one of Carillion's 7 gardens to undergo penances. They certainly look penitent by the time they emerge. Presumably, their souls are much improved. Not that you can tell. Speak to the Deviless. She is an artisan of souls. Perhaps she can do something with yours. Perhaps she'll just offer you advice. The presiding Deviless works in an office shaped like a beehive. Stone and wickerwork building that stands all alone in the middle of Carillion's central courtyard. She conducts intake interviews with new patients, one by one. After a long time in the line, you reach her at last. Greetings, sister. How may we stretch, strain, purify, and strengthen you, now that you've come to Carillion? Her apron is starched, her dress pinstriped. There is a stack of patient files on her desk, color-coded. The corners of her mouth say she knows something to your disadvantage. Hey, Janather. I hope you have a good time foraging. Thanks for stopping on by. Let's ask her about Carillion. We do whatever is necessary to reclaim unsatisfactory souls, she says. She sits back in her chair, and you can imagine her making just such a pitch to the princes of hell. We're humans, primarily, though we do attend to a few other creatures elsewhere on the Great Chain. They come to us with souls that are stained, disused in every kind of sordid condition. We make them acceptable again. Most of those who come to us are volunteers. The rest are beyond the position of being able to volunteer, consigned to Carillion by their families or employers. After a stay in Carillion, what then? Most people go home again, he says. Some find they are weary of their souls and pass them on to us. We operate on that slender profit and on what we can get from donation or from sales of penance and forgiveness. She looks at the blank page before her. But what about you? You look sturdy enough to make full use of our services. Are you afraid of needles? What is your view of worms? Which do you fear more, venoms or poisons? Takes down a page or two on all your least favorite things. I view worms as very amazing entities, being a worm myself. I see you have done a typo. Truly understandable, Devil S, Carillion. We could just pencil in the correction. It's supposed to be with a Y, not an O. It happens to the best of us. No problem. No scale off my back. And I fear no venom or poison. She's gonna give me a deal. Alright, what's the deal you're offering? Listen, she says. You're free to make use of Carillion. Make a penance or two. Alter your soul. I think you'll find our services are very imaginative. There is another matter I hope you will look into. A devil in rose-colored gloves. He used to supervise the Gaslight Terrace. He was removed from that position, but I fear he may not be entirely aligned with the objectives of Carillion. If you find out anything about him, anything to his disadvantage, he looks grim. Bring me the evidence, and I will reward you. I see. So we use undistinguished souls for indulgences. Come back if you have any other questions, says the Devil S. She has already opened the next file on her desk. Alright, let's travel around the Carillion. Ooh, okay. Penance. Enlightenment can be gained. Deprivation can be gained. Shifts of perspective can be gained. An ordeal can be gained. Excess can be gained. But I need a stained soul. I have one stain. The Sand Garden. You need a clear soul. There's a glass statue. You need a flickering soul. Well, let's see what the Garden of Insatiable Roses gives us. The path runs around the side of Carillion to an area that cannot be seen at all from the center. It's narrow and unassuming path, almost overgrown, and the ground underfoot is soft earth. Oh, that sounds so amazing to walk through. Or the undergrowth as you go. Curiosity is what brought me here. That is accurate. You lift the underside of a canopy of leaves alongside the path. Underneath, white maggots are eating a sigil of warding fallen into a fallen peach. Interesting. Gain a penance of excess. Those who cross boundaries too often are taught here that those limits have meaning. Ooh, 14% chance of success. Yikes. Let's check the Hellish Penitent. He's participating in a picnic. At the center of the garden is a picnic banquet. There is too much frosting on all the cakes, too much oil in the salads, but several of the penitents sit glumly eating, with only their own clothes for napkins. The deviless sits among them, eating a treacle from a jar. Ooh. What is she doing here? Supposedly, says the deviless between bites, the souls of devils are incapable of being refined. You make some adjustments, improve here and there, and then a death or two later, and all the work is gone. But I'm determined. If humans can be improved, so can I. I see. Offer a serving of self-knowledge. Penance, inescapable truth 5. Offer a serving of endurance. Endurance 5. I see. It was a great deal to get through. Leave her to a picnic. Cure your stained soul. We need 10 penance. Perhaps you've looked into topics you should not have. Perhaps your soul has been consumed and spat out again by an unspeakable beast. Oh, do I need to get 10 successes to be able to clear? I see. Let's try getting a penance of excess. We failed. A feigned antiquarian explored the basements of a royal palace without permission or invitation. Until the penitent recovers from this inclination, he is buried under 100 banned volumes, none of them even slightly legal to bring into London. As for your punishment, it does not bear speaking of. For a month afterward, you see devils dancing in the corner of your eyes. Oh, and we can repeat. We're gonna leave. Nothing I can do about that for now. I'm gonna need to get my steps up. Oh, okay. Oh, garden. Hold on. Wasn't... Not the settler. Assisting Hellish Penitent. No. Brilliant. Find a devil in the Gaslight Terrace. Alright, so let's go to the Gaslight Terrace. Your companions are a lady in a buttoned cloak and a young male student. They walk themselves about these seasonable worms, and about how the yellowish glow of the lamps does not show blue silk to the best effect. Their words are commonplace, their hands folded and gloved, their opinions supplied by a respectable gazette. You have almost forgotten them, even while you are still walking together. The path descends by shallow steps to a broad terrace, as crowded as an imperial exhibition. Gaslight lampposts are scattered irregularly across a flagstone terrace. Between them are stations, each containing a patient receiving a treatment. The supervising devils tend these stations, stopping first here and then there, like bees at flowers. We have a 40% chance of success. It's not too bad. What's the spineless curate? Cure my lightless soul. I'm not lightless. Alright, let's check the spineless curate. The nearest station, a curate has been shackled into an ordinary pillory. Alright, what does he want? I've seen something. In this light, it's hard not to see things. A devilish orderly jabs at the curate with a needle. Side of the jab, the curate's skin goes lavender. I'm being treated for not believing in God. I've tried everything. Prayer, fasting, long weekends with a professional saint. None of it worked. My sermons were suffering. My bishop complained. And has it helped? I have dreams of snakes and angels. he says. It hasn't made me a mystic. I don't think the devils are real either. Just men with funny eyes, aren't they? The devilish orderly smiles with extra teeth. Penance can be paid by someone other than himself. Or we can free him with enlightenment. We'll leave him to his penance for now. Let's try and get a penance of enlightenment. Hey, success! A corset maker habitually recommends sea bathing and a vegetarian diet to unwilling friends. Until she overcomes these flaws, she has been required to perform an amateur bagpipe recital in the presence of infamous critics. Do you feel any more interesting now? Says the supervising devil. As for your punishment, now it bears speaking of. For a month afterward, you see devils dancing in the corners of your eyes. That is a penance, all right? A bagpipe recital? Oh, that's silly. All right, we will step out. We brush past a matron in gray boots, train conductor in his uniform, and a young boy who has already adopted an expression of fixed ennui. None of them notice you passing by. None shows any interest in you or breaking this convention. Try to enter the Bell Garden. Why does this say try? You put your foot on the first step and a devil blocks you. Those who enter the Bell Garden must be in a proper state of hygiene, sister, he says. Wouldn't want to make things worse for the poor sufferers. He washes his hands in the fountain. Stopping you must have been grubby work. You've been turned away for impurity. I see. Well, I guess that's it for Carillion for now. Off we go. Certainly a place we need to visit later when we have much higher stats. The Stunted Grove. Might be stunted because of all this winter. The engine's headlights glow like a ghost upon the icy mists. Take this. Help the tackety. Hey, Green Snake. Welcome on by. I hope you're having a good weekend. Go ahead and grab this loot. Just free money. Ooh, more gossip. Nice, nice. Tackety Scout. You see Yamashita. We need to find some London ships to shoot down. Or actually, maybe I should hold off on shooting them until I find the more rebel stuff. We can really kick off this revolution in earnest. Schwartz's Oath. May the Schwartz be with you. Oh, you got a tackety over there. The Bonnie Shepherds. Hey, Bonnie sounds familiar. The sky closes its cold jaws about you. Water freezes in the pipes. Engineers scurry to and fro with boiling kettles. We maybe should hire a few more crew members. We do have the money. I think we can get more supplies at New Winchester, which is probably a good idea. Oh, yes! The clamor of New Winchester can be heard on the wind, familiar as a disagreeable uncle. Oof. Oh no, the uncle's about to give his speech on politics at the Thanksgiving dinner table. A diamond. Something that glisters. Free loot for me? Hey, we got some free fuel. Love that for me. That's a flickering light. Scamp's Narrow. What a lovable scamp. A distant clamor of engine yards, an accretion of smog on the windows. All right. Go ahead and hire on 2 to 3 crew. Only 40 sovereigns, that's not too bad. Oh, stories. I am a potato. I should have been checking this at other areas. Gods dang it. Magdalene's needs 3 sacks of verdant seeds. Flowers for Titania. Verdant seeds, verdant seeds. How much can I buy verdant seeds? Ooh, different ships. Moloch class liner. Damn. Interesting. 20,000? Yeesh. An infernal beast of brass and steam, furnished with indulgent luxury, with carpet thick enough you'll lose your toes in. Damn. All right. I can buy. Let's get 4 supplies, 2 fuel. There's no reason not to fill my cargo up because they get consumed. I don't have any. I don't know where to get any of those. Ooh, Abraham's engineering. I see. We can get some more equipment for our ship. Okay, so we need like certain amounts of crew to be using certain things. Wait, do I have multiple? Oh, that's just listing all the stuff. So the only thing I've equipped is the Jerusalem cannon. Mining would be nice. Does our ship even fit it though? Where's our ship? We can fit, yeah, it fits in the auxiliary slot. Butchery. All right. No cargo bay. The sneeze lurker, I see. Oh, we can't even buy that. It's all right, so what is our money? We only have 300 because I did those purchases. Nice. We could have bought a mining, but I don't know how useful that would be. I mean, it would still be like free profit if we found things, but well. All right, I just need to remember to check the shops next time. I am a potato. Could have been getting stuff. Let's see what this scrubbed clerk wants to talk about. I represent Holliges, the banking house. Thomas's will only take a moment of your unquestionably valuable time. Produces a folded contract with a flourish. We hear promising things about you, sister. Very promising indeed. We would like to extend our services. We provide a secure solution for the storage of your assets. Absolute discretion and steadfastness unto death and beyond. We require only a signature. The offer is entirely complimentary, I assure you. At Holliges, we measure ourselves by the quality of our clientele. Alright, so we get a bank vault. I am certain this represents the beginnings of a long and warm relationship between ourselves and your lineage. May it endure. I bid you good day.
I drink the water, deliver something, and then I have to go put the water somewhere else 5 minutes later. All hours of the day, all hours of the night, no matter what I'm doing, my life is interrupted by this.
Thanks for the hydration, Boba Newt, and interrupting my day with piss. Stretch. Oh, I can do that too. Ugh. Oh, thank you for the boots. I hope y'all are. Ah! You boot me and then you book me? You can't distract me like that. I'll fucking get you. I'll get you, John Mather. And that's the last thing I ever do. Actually, do I need to investigate the black box? Oh, I guess I did need to do that. Now I feel a little silly. Got piss. Just go piss. I don't need to right now. Yet. Give me another 30 minutes to an hour at this rate. Captain Whitlock left it to you in the hold of the Orphean. Her will described it only as a black box. A description you consider to be an unhelpful understatement. In a casket of black basalt, longer than you are tall, unadorned, with a single small recess that contains a keyhole. The thing must weigh most of a ton. Stands upright in a corner of the hold, where the crew have pushed it out of the way. I don't remember when Captain Whitlock acquired the box. Captain Whitlock had it brought on board just before your ill-fated expedition to the Blue Kingdom. It was empty then, you know, because you saw the lid and the box carried on the board separately and assembled in the hold. It's not empty now. It is sealed and even heavier than before. But you left for the Blue Kingdom shortly after the box was delivered and made no stops on the way. Whatever is inside the box now, Captain Whitlock found in the Blue Kingdom. Pick the lock yourself. Interesting. Detonate the lock with a modest explosion. That'd be pretty funny. We just blow it up. Consider what to do with it. The last request of Captain Amelia Whitlock was for the box to be transported to a specific address in London. Alternatively, you could perhaps find someone willing to purchase it as a curiosity. And if you knew what was inside, you might be able to command a higher price. Okay. Alright, doesn't look like I have to like specifically pick anything from the box. We're good on that. Our locomotive is fine. So let's go ahead and set sail. Drive into actually, do we want to go west or east? Let's go east. They see me checka 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 checka, and I checka 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 checka, and I chew 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 checka 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 checka. A cryptid stoker wants to hold a memorial service for the crew that have recently died in your service. Judging by his tattoos of a storm studded with mouths and his rattling collection of talismans, the ceremony is unlikely to be Christian. Conduct the ceremony yourself? You are not, alas, a priest. 50% chance of success. All right. Let's find a place at the back of the room. Yes! I don't know what we succeeded in, but we got it. The cryptic stoker has painted his face storm gray. His talismans rattle like distant thunder. He orders the window open to let the sky in, and proceeds to deliver his rites. A mishmash of angelic practice, new sequence hymns, and nonsense. In his patchwork ceremony, he speaks of the inadequacy of the present and the sanctity of the past, where the dead still live. He speaks of a storm that gathers lost voices to itself. The storm that speaks has noticed you. Cool. I'm sure that's fine, and I don't need to worry about that at all. I wonder what that storm says. You know, anytime I've talked to a storm, it's mostly been a bit of a binary dialogue, just a lot of cracka and a lot of thuming. I wonder if this storm maybe speaks something else? Wouldn't surprise me. It is a very strange world. They're in uncharted territory, Captain. I'm not lost. I'm going that way. Also, I wonder if, like, the captain burned all the maps when she died, because, you know, if we're inheriting this ship and we've perhaps been here for a while, you'd think we'd have some locations mapped out, you know, just maybe. But apparently, we don't know nothing. Oh, I hear combat. The undergrowth draws in the calls of unknown, gargantuan beasts. Rattle your engine. Here, the reach runs wild. Ah, they're fighting the Imperial. Oh, that Imperial ship looks kind of Dangerous. Let's not antagonize them yet. We need something better than the basic starter cannon, I think. Abandoned hole drifts silently. It gleams with frost. We could use a little bit of repairs. We're not full. Now we're at completely full. Verdant winds buffet your locomotive. Your remaining food swells, sprouting milk-filled nodules. On the nodules develop a tiny mouth, and it begins to sing. No thanks. I don't like it when my food supplies start sprouting nodules that get mouths that sing. How deep the greens, how cold the stars, how wild the reaches run with no sun to govern it. Ooh. Lead Beater, Stainrod, and Stainrod's Nature Reserve. LNS Nature Reserve. E. What do we have here? Ooh, we can get some of the nectar. Dorister nectar, going cheap. I see. So we need nectar and bronzewood. So we can get our one nectar here. Damn, it takes up 2 slots? Sheesh. Oh, verdant seeds. I see. So we get verdant seeds here. Makes sense. It looks very forestry. Let's check the loading bay. This concrete bay is for loading and unloading locomotives. It disappoints tourists who expect to arrive at a scenic waterside. It mainly caters for the workers of the Leadbeater and Stainrod Company, who come to collect goods from the laboratories here. Cable cars link the main reserve below and the scientific bases at Capabilities Inquest. Go ahead and get a port report. The Leadbeater and LNS Nature Reserve is a national park maintained at great expense by the company. Scores of researchers come here to study the nature of the reach. Many visitors come here for a pleasant holiday. Talk with our fellow captains. For a few, it's the work provided by LNS. For the rest, the reasons is the same. They're drawn by the beauty of the reserve. Some are here with tourists from across the empire. Others are here to give their crews a respite. Others were simply passing by and couldn't resist stopping in. All right, that's about it for that then. What's that? Capabilities Inquest. A club of cabins used by LNS's researchers as they plumb and catalog the secrets of the reserve. Enterprising captains may find work for the company here. Ooh. Researcher at the reserve has pinned up a call for aid. We want to study the powerful forces of nature at work in the Reach, so that we may improve the life of all citizens in the Empire. You are an intrepid sort and willing to aid in our earnest efforts. We are offering a reward for the following. I see you're interested. The phlegmatic researcher has wheeled up behind you. His left leg is raised, perhaps to reduce the very obvious swelling. Keys to understanding the remarkable principles of growth and cultivation are waiting here. We just need suitable specimens. You aid our research, I'll ensure you are properly remunerated. What is his list? He needs one of the following. Experiments sanctioned by the company. Wings of a Chorister bee. Ants. Hybris pus. Cool. Wanted. The wings of a Chorister bee. We seek the wings of a oyster bee. What is it that makes them sing? And their smaller sisters only buzz. Ants newly introduced to humankind. Given the reports of the ants circling those soon to die, we consider the creatures apt for study. A hybris pus may hold properties either beneficial or detrimental to the human frame. We intend to find out. Oh boy, human experimentation with strange things. Alright, I don't have anything. Right. And then Albert's Idol. Okay, so this is the reserve itself. The park is filled with birds and flowers, trees and woodland creatures, streams and bubbling insects, and other insidious dangers. Visitors are not allowed to venture too deeply into the reserve without an escort. Tour guides are essential in this place. The only person available to help you is a romantic ornithologist. He is lean and plainly dressed, with a long, wiry beard. The other researchers introduce you. You know, our colleague here, indicates the ornithologist, is looking for the mythical bird whose beak pecks away at the mountain of eternity. They stifle giggles. The ornithologist maintains his smile and gestures towards the forest path. I'll be glad to show you the reserve. Hope you'll join me later. You can often find me at the watchtower. Let's take a quick trip into the reserve. The romantic ornithologist clasps his hands with quiet delight when he sees you. I've found the most wonderful place. Shall we? You delve into the reserve together. The birds sing around you. The flowers offer sweet perfumes. A pleasing breeze tumbles through the glade and whistles around a mountain bend. Sky stories. Let's visit the ornithologist. Welcome. Let's ask him about that mythical bird. There are other birds I could study, of course, he says, shrugging. But that is not the point. You thought this bird a myth. The bird who wears away at the mother of mountains, pebble by pebble. But miners have seen it. The heavens are home to improbable things. Ask him about the reserve. He smiles like a child. It is my home, he says. My church. Alright, he keeps kicking us back, so I don't think there's too much with the ornithologist. We'll step out. I think that's about everything for the reserve. Since this is like a foresty area, I think we can find lumber here, so we might be able to complete the clock tower quest stuff. Well, let's check down here, perhaps. Capabilities cabins. All right, halfway to our next level up. Give me your secrets map. Reveal to me where I can dock. I must know all your secrets. Also, I love how the little train, like as you turn, you can see the train like tilts a little bit. Perfect. Sometimes it's the little details that make all the difference. Oh, this is some dark fog, it looks like. Yeah. Yes, synthesis rest. Yakin. I think it's more, I think it's a K sounding C. Maybe. Send our scout out real quick. I think we found some bees. Aha, we have killed the bees. The swarm is a ruin of twitching legs and broken wings. One of the bees, the sigil on its back occluded with ichor, begins its final tremulous song. All right, so we need the bees for the researcher. Cover their nectar. Ooh. Researcher nectar is valued by poets, vocalists, and those with a sweet tooth. Fortunately, to get at it, you have to go through quite a lot of bee. Oh, you can just get experience from listening to the death hymn? Interesting. I bet I need a mining drill. Captain, a hive! Oh no, I can just straight up collect. Interesting. Oh, and there's a question mark. All right. Delicious, delicious honey. Oh. Okay. Let's head south to that question mark. And maybe kill those bees as well. Bam. Bam. Ooh, they're certainly buzzing. Let's get some free experience. Why not? Looks like straight south is basically taking us to someplace. Do want to try and hug the edge just so I can find other little inlets that I maybe need to pass through. Hey, free repair. Not a lot, but you know what? It's something.